As the recovery effort gets underway after this week's devastating floods in North Queensland, it's not only homeowners counting the cost of yet another natural disaster in the region. Roads and other crucial infrastructure, including the Bruce Highway, have been severely damaged. Jessica Van Vonderen made it to the Olera Creek Bridge, which was all but washed away, isolating the town of Ingham. She spoke to Queensland Trucking Association's Tayla Connolly, who told her this latest damage to the Bruce Highway highlights the challenges of living and working in the north.
The roads are definitely reminding us on a daily basis that we are in far north Queensland, and we are certainly not driving on the same quality of the other major arterial roads further south. There are potholes in places that you could put your entire foot in. They do contribute to increased running costs for us with tyre damage and obviously scheduling and breakdown and unforeseeable road conditions that can change at any moment on any day.
And we're standing here just near a major break on a bridge of the Bruce Highway. What is the impact of that?
The impact is significant. The shortest alternative route from Townsville to Ingham is an increased trip of approximately 10 hours.
The Premier says he wants to build it back better. Is that possible to flood-proof this road?
I think building it back better is certainly a start in the right direction. We're certainly sick of seeing roads built back to the same standard.
Is it just an impact on the drivers, or does it impact everybody in the community?
The Bruce Highway being cut absolutely impacts everybody in the community. I mean, there are people who come to Townsville and commute daily for work, for medical attention, all significant groceries, fuel.
The federal government recently promised $7 billion to bring the Bruce Highway up to the minimum safety standards. Is that enough?
It's probably not enough. I think that there is an extreme amount of work that needs to be done. North of Gympie, everywhere north of Gympie needs more lanes, better bridge structures.
The Premier, federal ministers, they're all in town at the moment. What is your message to them?
We aren't asking for a lot in the scheme of things. We're asking for one major route between Ayr and Cairns to be brought up to standard that trucks can drive on the road. Build a road for trucks that cars can travel on. We don't need another highway built for cars that we let trucks go on.
Tayla, thanks so much for speaking with us.
Wonderful. Thank you for your time.
And our state political reporter Jack McKay spoke to the Premier in Townsville about his plans to fix the Bruce Highway.
Premier David Crisafulli, thanks for your time. We've heard a lot from you and others this week about building back better after these devastating floods in North Queensland. What exactly will that look like?
It looks like a piece of infrastructure that can be resilient against what Mother Nature throws at us in Queensland. So in the case of a bridge, it means it's got to be higher, longer and stronger. And you're seeing a real life example of what key infrastructure going offline means in the form of Olera Creek. Like you got North Queensland is at the mercy of one road in and out.
Give us a sense of the magnitude of what you're envisaging right now when it comes to building back better.
I look at the Olera Creek Bridge as a classic example. If we were to replace that in that location using the same design, this same thing will happen the next time the Rolling Stone area gets the amount of rain that it got this time. And yes, it costs more money up front, I acknowledge that, but long term, the vision of a better piece of infrastructure for the community, but also not having that infrastructure being offline, it just makes so much more sense, not just financially, but also from a social and a connectivity point of view.
You just spoke about the cost then. Is this going to be very expensive to undertake this betterment program?
Yeah, Jack, it will cost a bit of money, but if you take a long-term visionary point of view, it actually saves money and it saves heartache. And in the end, that's what good government's about.
The Bruce Highway, it's been plagued with problems all up and down the coast. Are you just proposing a fix in North Queensland or for the whole highway?
My vision is to have a genuine long-term plan and we work towards building a more resilient highway. And no one for one moment suggests that you're never going to have pinch points that aren't problematic. Of course, it's a long road, I get that. But this event has highlighted so many different locations where, with a bit of an investment, you could lift your flood immunity in key points.
And just to be clear, what you're proposing here, is it a long-term resilience and betterment program for the whole state?
Yep, good point, Jack. It's two elements. The first is, as we recover from this incident, let's secure money to do that in the North and Far North Queensland, as we've done with Jasper. But let's also build in an element of resilience in the infrastructure when we do it. So when we're looking to replace culverts and bridges and roads, let's look to see what we can do to lift the standard to make it more immune to what future events could look like.
This sounds like this will take a while, won't it?
Yes, it will, Jack. It's a vision. It's a long-term proposal, and I understand that that's something that in many cases mightn't be politically advantageous in the short term, but it's the right thing to do. And I genuinely believe Queenslanders and indeed Australians are yearning for that. They're sick of the short-termism. They're sick of just patching up things here and there. I want to take a long-term view for infrastructure in this state. And I think if we do that long-term, the state will be better off.
Well, Premier, we'll leave it there. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for yours, Jack, and all the best to everybody.